Good morning and welcome to this week's update. Another beautiful day today. This can't be lasting that long. Surely this must be the whole of Scotland's summer this week. It's actually just been glorious, even the days I've been working. Beautiful weather, a bit warm for the shed today, but the body warmer no doubt will come off at some point. So it's a short update this week. I always say that and then it ends up being long, but anyway. The plans, I've got two small projects going up this week. One of them's somebody was asking about the degassing process, so I'm going to show that from start to finish, and I will be filming that today, but it won't be completed until tomorrow because I want to wait till the resin's harden. So I should be starting that today, and I know that everybody's interested in that, so I've actually got another idea to do with the rings. So I'm not going to tell you any more about that. I'm going to film that today, and that's also going to go up this week. There should be two probably very short projects, but I wanted to do that because the reason I do YouTube really is to try and help people. So yeah, I wanted to do the degassing process. Update on the rings. Last week I showed you the blanks that I had for the polyester resin. Let me just unwrap these. I'll show one at a time actually. The polyester resin. Now let's see if we can get, I'm not sure how well you can see that. It came out lovely and really pleased with the ring. Really came out really well. The polyester resin is good. The only thing is when you actually pull the resin into the moulds and stuff, it takes about the same time. I like slow setting stuff, so didn't degas any of this. And let me put the glasses here. I didn't degas any of the polyester. I didn't degas any of those resins actually, because I wanted to see, because some of the projects that I'm going to be doing, I need it to have air bubbles in it. Hold on, I'm just going to stop because the camera's dirty. Okay, that should be better now. I hate it when there's white dots on the lens when you're watching somebody's video. Yeah, it's all slow cast stuff, so it's usually 24 hours, or I can leave them overnight and demold them the next day. The polyester resin is tacky when you demold it. So what I then did is I demolded it, left it for another 24 hours, and the tackiness had gone from it. It leaves a beautifully hard resin, so for shaping and that, it works out quite well. I've still got some fine, very, very fine scratches in there. There's nothing deep, but I still have some very fine ones. But yeah, worked out perfect. And the polyester resin, even though it is smellier, I do it out in the shed anyway, and wear a mask at the same time, because you do get a heck of a headache off the polyester resin. It's really strong smelling, and you need a mask that is specifically for that. The mask that I have is specifically for vapours and fumes and stuff like that. So when you're pouring it, you do need that. But it shapes well, it shines just. I mean, the rings, I've been quite lucky. All the rings have done quite well, but yeah, they come out really well. So I got a nice matching set. The only thing I didn't have, I think that was a blue resin that I put in, and that's what colour it came out, because it wasn't specifically for the polyester resin. So I am going to go ahead and order the colours for that, but was really pleased with how that came out. And like I say, I can get a kilogram container of this, which would do endless amounts of these, and it's about £10. So I mean, that's just a massive difference. The other one I used was, I went back and I reused the Alumilite. Beautiful resin, no smell off it, lovely to turn. I actually quite like the smell of it when it's turning. These came out beautiful. I think it's a polyurethane resin. Gosh, somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a polyurethane resin. Now this one, you can see it does actually have the air bubbles in it, so if I was wanting to do like a snow scene, I would probably use this resin, because I had no bubbles in the polyester resin. It was obviously very viscous. Is that how you pronounce that? So I would probably use that, and I do like this resin anyway. But yeah, so it had air bubbles all the way through. So if I wanted a project that I didn't want the air bubbles in, I'd probably use the polyester resin. Like I say, this doesn't smell, sets really nicely, demolds very easily. And I got some of the... I've actually been looking at hundreds of pictures of rings to see how the shaping of it is, and it tends to be that the top of the ring needs to be sort of similar to the inner of the ring size. So I think I've actually got the shape a little bit better on this, and some of the angles a lot better. So yeah, the Alumilite is perfect for this. The Alumilite resin is such a good resin, you can use it for just about anything. But I pay for, now we're talking in mils now, because that's what that comes in, 500ml bottle in the UK is about £20. So as you can see, it's a massive difference compared to the polyester resin. You know, you're getting so much more in the polyester resin. Well, I think you're probably getting twice the amount for half of the price. So, you know, I could get out of a 20 bottle of this one, I would get twice the amount out of the polyester resin. So, you know, it's massive. Got some more news on the epoxy resin this week as well. So anyway, that's the rings coming out great. Got some more ideas this week. So I really like the jewellery, and I can see me getting right into it. I really enjoy it. I don't wear a lot of jewellery, but I really like nice jewellery. So I've actually been stamping on pieces of wood to try and break them, because I do have some of the fluorescent resins. I just picked these up on eBay, and I've got a little bit of an idea for them. YouTube channels that I've been watching this week. Check out this chappie, Dashing Axe. You may well have heard him. I forgot. I meant to check actually where he was from before I came in here. He's not British, but what he's done is he has 2 YouTube channels. He has one for his own country. God, I'm so sorry if you managed to see this. But anyway, he has. If you check out Dashing Axe, he makes jewellery absolutely stunning. He uses epoxy as well, which I was quite surprised about. A lot of tips from him as his making, because he makes the broken wood rings, and I made this pendant, and it's like little teardrop bits. Got to check him out. I'm going to put a link in the description for him, and I shall also put a link for he's got one in his own native tongue, and there's a lot more videos on that, and I've actually been watching them anyway, although I'd love to know what he was saying. Just watching him work is amazing. It's a bit showy there. It's quite, his intro and that's quite dramatic and stuff like that, but his work is amazing. So yeah, definitely check him out, especially if you're interested in the jewellery stuff. So I've got some ideas from that, so I'm going to do some more resins this week, but I don't think, we're just having the 2 days off each week. I'll probably just get the resins made up. I won't get a chance to cut the rings or anything like that. So really, that's about it. I don't think I've got anything else to tell you, other than, hope you're all out in your workshop today. Hope the weather's good with you, or maybe you don't want the weather to be good. So the other thing I've been watching this week is Forged in Fire. Anybody ever watched it? Oh, it's amazing to watch them making the knives and that. That was a TV programme that I've been watching between my shifts this week. So anyway, I'm not going to baffle on anymore about what I've been up to. I'm just going to get on and get these projects ready for you so that I can get them up this week. And have a great week. Enjoy yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.